Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Church Office. I am with you this week. I was gone last week, so Pastor Jay had Chrissy Lambrecht on and talked school enrollment. And now Pastor Jay is gone at a conference this week, and so I'm on. And I brought two guests along, and here's the story with the two guests. So we had a theme day during the school week, and it was the 90th day of school. And so the students had the opportunity to dress up like it was the 90s. And what I did for that was I dressed up as myself because I'm from the 90s. And I thought, well, who else in the building could do that? And these are the two that I thought of. So we've got Jess down here in the church office. And we've got Bailey Langren, who is our 5th grade teacher, and I knew that they're both born in the 90s. So welcome to all three of us 90s kids.
We were just talking about the difference. I'm 93.
95.
Yeah, 95.
And 90.
90.
Yeah.
So we're just all in the early 90s.
Yeah. So I appreciate you guys joining me for this. I didn't give them any idea of what we're doing here, except for that, hey, you guys were born in the 90s, right? Well, come on and join the church office this week.
Sounds good.
So we just got a couple of fun things we want to do, a couple announcements, and guys, Pastor Jay takes the lead on this, so I really have no idea what we're actually supposed to do.
You're in charge.
So we're just going to fill some time.
Well, I brought a lot of things.
Yeah. What did you bring for
Every
us,
time
Jess?
I've been on, I've brought some sort of paperwork. So I decided to make a 90s collage of what I remembered from the 90s. Because, as I learned from you, some of the kids here have no concept of what the 90s actually is.
You learned that from...
I've learned that from you.
From my son yesterday, is that what you mean?
Yes. I'll let you tell the story, unless...
My 6-year-old and I, Levi, we were watching The Chosen. I've shared with you, Pastor Jay also loves the TV show The Chosen. It's a great depiction of the gospel story. And Levi and I were watching it together just the other night, and he was talking about this 90s day, having to dress up like the 90s, and he looks at me and he said, "Hey, Dad, you know the 90s?" I said, "Yeah, I know about the 90s. I know the 90s." He said, "Was this," pointing at the Chosen, which takes place in the 1st century, he said, "Was this before the 90s?" Yeah, it was before the 90s. That's right. Yeah, so he was right that it was before, but the fact that he had to ask. So yes, their depiction of time is
there was the 90s, and then Jesus is right before that. Yeah.
So I thought we should probably show the kids what the 90s are, because some of the costumes yesterday at school, I thought, well, these kids have never lived in the 90s, so we can't judge them too much, but there was a lot of teal going on, and I don't remember that much teal in the 90s.
I had a lot of teal. I really wanted a teal windbreaker and couldn't get my hands on one. So I went for the Barney sweatsuit.
I loved the Barney.
Yeah,
that's right, you wore Barney.
Yeah. Because you're a 90s kid,
Absolutely.
So Barney was
Lots of
You know what it looked like yesterday? It looked like the kids were dressed like a 90s Taco Bell.
A little
It looked like they were dressed as a
cup,
Taco Bell.
Or the
like how
cup
Taco
with the
Bell was
teal and the
decorated.
purple.
All they know about the 90s is
yes,
that cup.
that cup.
So as you can see, I made this beautiful collage of my 90s experience. We have no teal on, maybe just the big comfy couch. Which
You
was
got
my favorite
the
show.
colors of the 90s exactly right here, Jess.
Yes, royal blue, red, yellow. Those, you can sum up the 90s, royal blue, red, yellow. And I didn't see that color combo yesterday, but I've got some Pokemon on there. I was really big into Pokemon in 1997, all the way through to the 2000s. Muppets Treasure Island. Don't know if anyone remembers that. That was the 90s. There used to be like a McDonald's, they did like VHS tapes, and my grandma bought me one time when we went to McDonald's. So that's this one, Visitor
McDonald's was handing out
you had to buy
VHS?
them. Yeah.
Oh,
they were behind the glass.
I don't remember that, but I believe it.
Yeah, I was in kindergarten, so that was like 97.
Yeah.
And Troll Dolls, we've got some Thumbelina, which is my favorite movie still. Don Bluth movies were really big in the 90s. It wasn't just a Disney Renaissance, it was the Don Bluth Renaissance.
Yeah.
So I got a few things, and thinking about the 90s, I got a Happy Meal today.
This is from today. This is
from
really today, yeah.
I do eat Happy Meals sometimes on Fridays just because it's fun. And I never really left the 90s, and I pull up to the McDonald's, it's packed. Everybody is there for Pokemon Happy Meals, so I thought I would do a little reveal now of what my Pokemon card was.
Okay, yeah, so this is the 90s making its way into modern day.
It really
It
is.
is.
My kids are going to be, my kids love this, they're going to be so pumped
Yeah.
that McDonald's has
I have
this.
confiscated many a Pokemon card
Yeah,
in a school.
okay,
day.
yeah, it's-
Absolutely.
Well, as you can see, Pokemon made it twice onto my 90s collage.
Yeah, this is a big deal for people.
I was a huge huge Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
I used to have an Ash Ketchum poster in my room with all of his Pokemon. I would turn my hat backwards so I could be like him. He was like my hero. So now this is the culmination of my dreams as a child. So.
And we're really kind of switching genres here now in the total terms of the social media world.
Yes.
Last week we were church announcements. This week we're Pokemon card opening.
Yes.
Which is a bigger genre
unboxing.
on YouTube.
If you or your children like Pokemon or Happy Meals, this is what you're gonna get.
I'm telling you, my kids are gonna go crazy.
You're absolutely going to McDonald's this weekend.
So we've got some stickers. And I don't know who any of these characters are because I'm too old. I only remember like the first 200 Pokemon. So I don't know how many there are now.
I think I have the first one. I think I got one in my brain.
That's it. McDonald's is really bringing back the value. There's a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know the prices have gone up, but now they're really putting a lot of stuff in there.
Oh, I got some good ones. They have 3. So I don't know who this is. Hetena. This one will go to the Brooks boys. Drampa, I don't know who that is either. That can also go to the Brooks boys. Charizard, I do know, so I might keep that one, unless somebody really wants it. And Dragapult, I also don't know who that is, so that can go to your kids. But
thank you, Jess. They're going to be very excited about
this Charizard one as a memento, and fun things. That's all I have.
This is just proof that the 90s was a great time to grow up and we're still in it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're still
in it. By the way,
Yeah.
This is my experience of the 90s. The Lion King, and I think I've shared this in several sermons already, that Lion King is my favorite movie, and I think it's the best movie ever made.
I would agree. Yeah. What's your take on the live action one?
Well, there's a new live action one in the theaters. Did
I haven't
you know
seen that yet. No.
We just saw that, and it's great. And I like the live action one of the original.
Okay, good.
He has a lot of points about it. Which, speaking of Lion King, it's funny you brought that up. I brought a bag of props from the 90s.
Oh, that's right. Okay, what do we got?
This is our original family Lion King VHS. So when I was at a church.
This is the Lion King?
This is the Lion King and others.
Well, this is not
This
is not produced.
No. That's not Disney.
I don't know where those came from. We had these 2 ladies at the church we grew up at, Trinity Warren.
Don't say the name.
Trinity Warren was the church, and it was a really nice church, and we went there before I started school at St. Peter's East Point, and I went to school there until I came to Praise the King in 7th grade. But we had 2 ladies there who would bootleg us movies, give them to us at church. At church.
At church.
And then we left the church and started going to the St. Peter's where we went to school. They would mail them to us. So all of our movies growing up, I was so cultured thanks to these 2 women.
Yeah.
And this one had Lion King, Angels in the Outfield, Charlotte's Web, Disney Sing Along.
Wait, you can fit all of that on one VHS?
I love the Disney Sing Along.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
So this was
awesome,
a relic.
Jess.
This is a relic. I have a few other things. I also had what is this? Muppet Treasure Island, which is also in here. It's a good movie. And then I had a few other things just to show kids that this was not Jesus times. The 90s was not Jesus times. We had Game Boy. I think this was just the regular Game Boy Pokemon. The original Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
This one, it's very sad. It doesn't really work well anymore.
Oh.
These were very popular in the 90s. I don't know
They
if you
were.
guys had these.
You know what? We did those in 2nd grade.
Those.
We made little Lions players in 2nd grade that looked just like that.
I have a feeling that the kids would still like to make those.
Absolutely.
I've got a Nick Lidstrom.
Whoa, look at this. You have to say this one and show this one to Pastor Jay. He'll be interested in this.
I also have Mario Lemieux. I don't know why. I got these from my brother. I think we traded for something, and I was into hockey because I think it was 97 and 98.
I mean, it's hockey town in Detroit.
Yeah, they were winning. They were winning under Scotty Bowman. I remember watching that as a little kid. I would only watch the Stanley Cup games and the ones leading up to that. So
we even got some sports references in on this episode. That was
a lot of knowledge.
For Pastor Jay, if I say anything wrong, I don't know if it was 97 and 98. That's what my brain's saying.
That's right. 96, 97, 97, 98.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, he knows all the dates. And then my last thing is this beautiful 1993 penny. So,
wow.
Yep, had this for a long time. As a child, I found that penny.
And you've held on to that, huh?
I have held on to it. I've held on to all this stuff. And I was surprised to find all this stuff because I was like, do I have anything from the 90s? I throw things away pretty regularly. So yeah, this is what the 90s was. VHS tape.
This is a good summary of the 90s.
It really is. Absolutely.
Yes.
I've moved so many times that I don't know where any of that stuff would be. So probably in my parents' garage somewhere.
And I see, Jess, your coffee for the day, by the way, is I know you like your Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh, this is Dunkin'.
I thought it was Tim Hortons.
No, this is
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
No, I guess I was wrong about that.
Dunkin' is up
She said
here.
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons is down here.
Oh, okay.
I do drink both, but I like Dunkin'
Okay.
a little bit more.
And I brought my chapel, my seminary chapel mug because I was at the seminary last week. And then, Bailey, what did you bring?
I brought a mug from my classroom that does often hold pencils, but it says today's goal, keep the tiny humans alive. And my humans are not that tiny by 5th grade. Some of them are almost taller than me, but it's a great mug that I have and love. So.
That's awesome. And Bailey, you have not been on an episode of the church
I have
office
not.
since you started teaching here at
Not.
CTK. But this is your first school year teaching here.
Yep.
Boy, we are blessed to have you.
Thank you.
So, would you like
here.
to say anything about?
Sure.
I mean, what is it? What does it mean to be a teacher?
Yeah, it's great. This is my 8th year teaching. I did 7 years in Munster, Indiana, also teaching 5th grade at St. Paul's there. And then when I was engaged, about to get married last year, and then Kelly reached out and said, this 5th grade position's opening up, and would you be interested? And so my husband and I talked about it and decided that would be a really great idea. So I've always loved being a part of the church community here, and I always loved coming home for Christmas. And I brought Joe back for Christmas, our first Christmas here, and he was like sold. Yeah. So he said, awesome. I will be back here for every Christmas ever, and now he is. So we love
that's right.
it. And
that's awesome.
Now we're here and enjoying every minute. I've got an awesome class to start off with, and just loving being a part of a great staff, church and school, and loving our time here. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bailey.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone was so happy. I have to say,
yeah, that's
there was
true.
Somebody when you accepted the call, they said we've been hoping to get her for years.
Aww.
Years. So it's like
That's
coming
so
home,
sweet.
but people still are waiting for like a lot of the great people who've been here forever to come back when they move away for work. And that's what it usually is. It's moving away for work, or if you're a teacher, you're wherever you go. So I was really excited.
I was so excited. Yeah. And then it's good to be back by family and close.
Yeah.
And back by people. I said I love seeing people that I went to school with here now sending their kids here, or discussing sending their kids here in the future. I just saw a friend and she's like, when can I get into kindergarten? How do I do that? So it's great.
And I've never seen your dad so much in the building that now he retired.
I've barely seen
and
my
now
dad
it's
this much.
like
No, it's a good thing that Jeff Bosman
great.
retired.
Yes.
So that he can
be
start
here
up his
all the
second
time.
career.
Absolutely. It's chapel band and tool time and all the things. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So let's see. What about for church announcements here? We got to get a little business done.
Yeah.
I know you talked last week, or you heard last week from Chrissy about school enrollment. So just another reminder on that open enrollment is starting soon. So if you want information on sending a kid to the school, just call on up and we'll get you hooked up with the right information, the right people. I wrote down, did you guys know that the youth are selling Super Bowl subs?
I did.
Yeah, and I have not gotten my order yet in, so this is mostly a reminder for, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go and get my order form and fill it out, because I want some Super Bowl subs.
I know. My mom sent me Wednesday to go get a form.
Yeah, so, and I'm throwing that out there this week because next week is when they need to be in by, so make sure you grab them this week at church. And by the way, this weekend, we're already 1 week into the spiritual gifts class during Bible study on Sunday morning. Saturday, tomorrow for Bible study, that'll be class 1 of the spiritual gifts. I really want to encourage you, even if you couldn't make it to that first class last week, if you're on the fence or thinking about, hey, maybe giving Bible study a try, now's the time to do that, because the spiritual gifts class is going to be great. It's just such an important topic for us as Christians to learn about what the spiritual gifts are in the Bible, how the Holy Spirit works through us as Christians, and to find out what your spiritual gift is and how to use that in your Christian life. So please, everyone is welcome to join us for Saturday and Sunday Bible study, Sunday school for the kids. I think that's all I've got for announcements. You guys have anything else that the CTK community needs to know about?
Well, this one, we've got a lot of people asking, so I'm just going to throw it out there. Our women's book club is meeting Monday at 6:30 in the Cana room, probably, or the West Gallery. So a lot of people have been asking about the book club this year. It's the first meeting of the year, so it's a good time to check it out.
Yeah.
And then it's basically a few ladies from the church office run the book club, and we'll kind of pick the books together, and everybody reads faster than I think all of us in the church office do. So It's just really fun. Right now we're reading a book called Visiting Heaven by Captain Dale Black. And it's a nonfiction book, but if you're interested at all, you don't even have to read the book to come to the first meeting or any of the meetings. You can just show up and see if it's for you. And a lot of people just come when they can. So it's not a commitment where you have to go every month.
See, yeah.
Just, so if you're interested, 6:30 Monday, Cana Room.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome.
Book clubs.
That's
I am not invited to the book club.
No,
I
it's
know
only
that.
women,
Yeah.
high school
Well,
or
one is
older.
it's women, and two, I think they intentionally scheduled it when they know I have to be in my class.
I think every
because
time we're here,
I think I would love to be a part of a book club.
you probably could stop in and no one would care.
No one
because
would kick you out.
Every time we're like, why is Pastor Brooks still here?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's here like all the time.
When is he not? Yeah.
There's a theory that he does live here because I've come at 6
Well,
in
you
the
guys,
morning.
I moved into the parking
8
lot. You know
o'clock at
that.
night. Yeah, you're literally always in this building, or your kids are here, or somebody is here from your family, or Jackie. So it's like, if you come here at any time, you will find one of the Brooks. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Somebody's running
It's
around.
like
here.
like an urban legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never know because there's not a car in the parking lot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just someone around.
No, that does happen to Jackie sometimes.
Yeah.
She'll be in her classroom, and the lockup crew. If there's a car in the parking lot, then they're looking for somebody.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that has
They're
happened
not
to her
looking
quite
for
a
a
bit.
car.
They'll
Yeah.
go to lock up her classroom, and they scare her, or
Oh,
she
no.
scares them, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
dangerous.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for being on with me
Thanks
this
for
week.
having us.
We'll see if you guys maybe this episode won't see the light of day. Maybe Pastor Jay will look at it and say, "Guys, what were you doing?"
Your facts
Actually,
were
what?
off.
We're just
you know,
gonna just post it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna post it. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for
Sounds
joining
good.
me,
Thank
and
you.
everyone. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.